So you're saying that when it comes down to it, there's a part of you that may even fear success because of change, because there's certainty and comfort in the way things are now. And this is something that is actually very common, the fear of success. And when you first hear that, you're like, how can anyone ever fear success? Like, why would you fear success? And how is that possible? But it's exactly how you describe. You feel a certain way about certain things. Say I have a group of friends which are really bad friends. So now I might feel like these friends are really bad, but I know them and they know me and I'm comfortable with them and they're comfortable with me and I'm certain about this and I'm certain about that and they give me some level of comfort and this and that, but they're really bad and it's not a good situation, all of that. For me to imagine my life with better friends, it might scare me, like not being around these people because like there's such a big part of my life, even though the other situation is good for me. This is a very real situation and a lot of people don't realize it, and it's quite subconscious. And this is one of the reasons why people really struggle kind of make that change. As they say, the devil is in the detail. What I would do is, one of the big things about fear, and fear is one of the modules that I'm actually working on now, it's going to be really important, inshallah, is that when it comes to fear, one of the reasons why fear works is because it's undefined. It's undefined and it's not categorized. So when fear is undefined and not categorized, it starts to become very powerful. What we need to do is we need to actually define it and we need to get to know it and we need to be better with it rather than just keeping it there as a fear. What I would do is I would start to define what does success actually look like. And really what we want to do is we want to build a compelling future. Let's kind of delve into that a little bit deeper, right? Why do you need to stay the same?
Yeah.
I love these glasses now. They're worth every penny now because whenever I put them on, you guys know we're talking about paradigms, okay? So tell me which situation, because it sounds like you're talking about a specific example maybe you saw in the past where someone changed, they lost people, and XYZ happened. So you and your brother, you have this amazing relationship, you're really, really close, everything's great. Then this woman enters your brother's life, they get married, and your relationship changes. So you kind of felt a sense of loss, I guess. And then that obviously affects your future now because you made certain decisions based upon that. So now we have a bit of an equation, right? And this equation that you have now is, if I change, I will lose. So let's take this as an example. This is a good example, right? Imagine for someone to go from living alone an independent life themselves to getting married to another human being and living with that person and all the challenges and emotions and all that stuff that it brings, you have to adapt and change. You have to. If you don't adapt and change, what do you think will happen to your marriage? It will break. It will end. This and that's just one thing. That's just in that one relationship. I think there's a lot there, right? So this is a serious thing. I think what you need to realize is that this equation is something that you've kind of adopted, but there's no real need for it. And this is what most people do, by the way, not just you, me, I do this, everyone else on the call does this. Instead of going and hitting it on the head and talking about it, we do not talk about it. We pretend like everything's okay and everything's normal, when deep down it's definitely not that. It doesn't improve the relationship. Is that you need to have a conversation with him about it. Like when I have that conversation with this person, get a really good time to talk and sit down and say, look, something I really want to talk to you about is just our relationship. And I know it's weird. I know it's weird me talking about it. I know I've never talked about it, but I just want to apologize because when I've been thinking about things and I've been looking back at things, and you can even blame the course, right? Blame the program. I'm doing this program, and through the program, I've realized and I've learned that the way we were before, like our relationship's not the same. And I realized that a lot of that I kind of blamed you for it. And I realized that it's very natural for you to change, and my commitment now is that I actually want to have a great relationship with you. See where conversation goes from there. The key for you is to be authentic and to focus on your own shortcomings and your own issues. But the truth is, a lot of time when you go to someone and go, look, this is all the things I did to you, I'm really sorry. Most of the time they'll go, it's okay. And you know what I really did was wrong as well. Sometimes that doesn't happen. Sometimes he might be like, yeah, well, how could you possibly think I was wrong and all of that, whatever. The very nature of life is that it's constantly changing. And so what we need to do is we need to adapt to that change. And so part of that adapting with human beings and people is you communicating so that you can adapt your relationship in the best way as well.